Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Don't take off your blue mask!
Hey, listen, we're just wondering, are you looking forward to the game today?
I am. We're very excited to have people back.
Why can the professional hockey players play, but the kids in Canada can't play hockey, man?
I'm going to let our authorities answer that question.
Oh, aren't you with the Bell Center? Hey, I see you guys are NHL officials. Sir, can you tell me, it's great that there's some fans coming into the building, but why is it that my kids, your kids, everybody else's kids, they can't play hockey, but millionaire NHL players can?
It's a matter of status. We live in a world that has to do with greed, right?
But why can't our kids play hockey right now at the same time? I mean, the professionals have been playing all winter long in the regular season, right?
Because it adds to the economy.
Oh, okay, so it's about money then.
It's always about money.
Okay. So it's not about the science then?
No.
Oh, you got your helmets on. Are you expecting some wayward pucks or...
No, we're here to get your attention.
Well, you got it.
We got your attention.
Boy, wow, these are old school. CCM. And you know how I know they're old school, folks? Look at that. Made in Canada. When was the last time you saw some hockey equipment with that on? Well, here's the thing, guys. We've been told this virus has been dictated by the science, by medicine, but maybe when it comes to the elites, when it comes to money, there's an exemption. Millionaires can play hockey, millionaires can watch them play hockey, but hockey moms, hockey dads, they're shut out of seeing their kids play hockey.
Yeah, it's tough for everybody. We came down from Ontario, and guess what? I just had a haircut today.
Hey, 2 minutes for looking so good, Richard. David Menzies for Rebel News here in Montreal. Well, folks, I'm standing outside the Bell Center. In 2 hours, Game 6 of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens series will resume. And, well, what can I tell you? Does it get any better than this? Leafs, Canadiens on a Saturday night, a playoff game, no less. But really, who is going to this game? I don't think it's your typical lunch bucket fan. Have you seen the tickets that are for sale, folks? The lowest tickets are $1,500. The highest are $12,000. Oh, and by the way, you have to buy them by the pair. So imagine that. $24,000 for a pair of the top tickets to see this game. I think that's a price of a Honda Civic, if memory serves me. But really, in the next couple of hours when the puck drops, are we going to see an example of hockey play out, or is it hypocrisy? After all, who has that kind of money during a pandemic to spend on 3 hours of hockey? I sure don't. I don't think the vast majority of our audience does either. And really, what happened all of a sudden to those COVID-19 protocols, you know, socially distancing and keeping crowds down far lower than what you see right now, and what's going to be in the building, 2,500 fans when the puck drops. Even more disturbing is this, folks. Why is it that suddenly the very same elitists and insiders who have been preaching to us for the last 14 months that we're all in this together and to stay home and to socially distance, why is it that millionaire NHL players can play hockey here tonight, and presumably millionaires and multimillionaires can somewhat fill the stands? And yet, for more than a year now, your kids, my kids, all our kids, hundreds of thousands of kids have been shut out of playing amateur hockey. Why is that? Hey, I see you guys are NHL officials. Sir, can you tell me, it's great that there's some fans coming into the building, but why is it that my kids, your kids, everybody else's kids, they can't play hockey, but millionaire NHL players can?
I don't have an answer for you, I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, it's a basic question. I mean, I thought all the rules were being driven because of the science, and if you have a multi-million-dollar contract, does that make you immune from the virus?
I have no comment.
No
sorry,
comment? No? Okay. I thought you worked for the NHL.
I do.
How about yourself, sir?
Same thing.
Same. No comment, eh?
That's
that's up, yeah. We have children that play hockey, and unfortunately for them, they can't. Which is unfair, but at the same time, like, we want to keep our kids safe, right? So
yeah, but that's the thing. We've been told all these decisions are based on safety. They're based on science. So why is it unsafe for your kids?
There's a reason why it's happening now, because of the vaccines that's been going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
So I'm sure as more vaccines go through, more hockey will open.
Hey, listen, we're just wondering, are you looking forward to the game today?
I am. We're very excited to have people back.
Why can the professional hockey players play, but the kids in Canada can't play hockey, man?
I'm going to let our authorities answer that question.
Oh, aren't you with the Bell Centre? Why the double standard?
It's the most powerful thing in the world.
Money, I guess.
Money. Because it ain't love, so it's money.
But sir, you have to educate me here. I've been told since day one, it's all about the science. It's the
hey, I'm with you guys. We know the game. We know what's happening around here. Yeah. I'm standing with you guys. You know, I respect the other people's opinions. I'll let them do what they want to do, stand what they want to stand for. It's understandable. You know, we got to fight what we want to fight for in the most respectful way possible. And, you know, at the end of the day, the higher ups are making their money, and that's why they're going to let these major leagues continue doing what they're doing versus the smaller. You know, I grew up my whole life playing, you know, AA, you know, and up and up and up through my hometown, and, you know, church leagues and you know, house leagues and that kind of stuff. And no one's playing that back home right now in smaller cities, obviously because of Corona, right? But the millionaires can play. So
it's a matter of status. We live in a world that has to do with greed, right?
But why can't our kids play hockey right now at the same time? I mean, the professionals have been playing all winter long in the regular season, right?
Because it adds to the economy.
Oh, okay, so it's about money then.
It's always about money.
Okay. So it's not about the science then?
No. Although we pay a whole lot for our kids to play hockey.
Okay then.
I don't know what to say.
Everything's about science at the end of the day, right? The only reason I'm here today is because of science. It's because of all the vaccines that went through into this Canada.
Because millionaires, they pay a lot.
Oh, so one rule for them, one rule for us.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I guess 'twas ever thus, eh?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They should make it even for everybody.
We're told because of the science we can't have organized team sports, including hockey yet.
I mean, during the pandemic.
That's right, yeah.
During the pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, that is a little bugger, eh?
Yeah.
I guess the big guys got money to pay for all the security and everything. Make sure you're within 6 feet.
Okay then.
And
although I saw the Montreal
faster too, because they got the money.
But maybe is that the answer? Is it one rule for thee, one rule for me when it comes to those with the money?
Maybe, but I mean, whatever. If we don't agree with all of it, but yeah, if you have money like these guys, they're gonna let you play.
In a couple of weeks they will. So I mean, there's a protocol over here. Like all the players are tested every day, so it's different. It's not the same thing.
We can test kids on the ice too. I mean, they've been off the ice for almost 2 years.
Like it's costly to do that. So.
Also, can you help with nobody's socially distancing here?
We all wear a mask and glasses. So when you wear a mask and glasses, social distancing it's important, but it's okay when it's like that.
It's okay if you have the mask and glasses, not to socially distance.
Glasses.
Okay.
It's better to still keep the distance, but that's why all employees have masks and glasses for that.
Okay. Thank you. Who's going to win tonight?
Canadiens, of course.
I think you're right. Folks, I interrupt this video for a very urgent message. You know it's only a matter of time before the Silicon Valley tech giants come and crush Rebel News, or at least try to crush Rebel News once and for all. We're not going to let that happen. Please go to rebelnews.com. That's rebelnews.com. We need you to sign up with us there on our website. We need your phone number. We need your email address. We do not share your personal information with anyone else. But if we can get that information from you, you can maintain your relationship with Rebel News going forward in the future. You know, folks, we knew before coming here we were going to see all kinds of violations of social distancing, but I didn't know it was going to happen 2 hours before the game by members of the staff of the Bell Centre. These are staffers for the Bell Centre. They were just here having a pep talk. I have no idea what it was that they are preparing for. But again, where's the social distancing? It's kind of funny. This is what the Montreal police were so concerned about when just 17 of us were on that boat. But when it comes to the Montreal police here, well, yet again, One rule for thee, one rule for me. Does that seem fair?
Not too much. It sucks for the kids having to stay at home, not being able to play. Now they're just playing video games.
Exactly.
So it'd be nice for the kids to get out and get more athletic. But things are starting to open up where we are, which makes it things a little easier.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. But, ma'am, why do you think there is this double standard? Does it all come down to money? I mean, you look at the people that own these NHL teams. You look at the people buying the expensive seats. They're the affluent, the insiders, the elitists. Is that why there's a different set of rules for $1 million NHL players versus children?
You think? No.
No?
No.
What would be the reason then?
I think it comes down to vaccinations.
Okay.
Like
we're vaccinated.
We're vaccinated. And
fully vaccinated.
Children can't be.
Yeah.
12 and under, where we come from, they can't be vaccinated.
Well, I was standing here wondering why the only camera crew here in this entire region, the CTV camera, there's a lovely lady over there. She's the only one wearing a mask right now. And I think that speaks a lot to the situation and the climate that we're living in.
Are you talking about the hockey players playing, or are you talking about the fans coming to the game?
Well, in a way, both. It's the hockey player, and they've been playing all year long, whereas kids' leagues have been shut down still.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering why one standard for millionaires on ice and another standard for amateurs.
Well, I think one has to keep an open mind. You know, I'm a big proponent of mental health. Okay, very affected by mental health in a lot of ways. And it's a very excellent question you bring. I think one has to keep in mind that watching sports helps people that have mental health. This is a tough pandemic we're going through. It affects people's mental health. I think we're blessed to have something to defer us on to watch these millionaire guys going. Now, as a fan I'm a season ticket holder. They didn't take advantage of we paid a normal price for tickets to come here. They didn't take advantage of the Canadiens. So for mental health, it is something for one to look forward to. For kids that are underprivileged, for anyone across this whole country, hockey is part of our religion. So I think for mental health, I think it's a great thing that we're doing.
But it's funny how this particular religion is respected on this night, that 2,500 congregants can go into the Bell Centre, yet churches get hassled. The Montreal police on Friday and Saturday nights have hassled members of Montreal's Jewish community. It seems that if it's not a professional billion-dollar sports franchise, the local authorities and law enforcement, they're not really all that into religion. They're really kind of agnostic or atheists even. Can you make sense of this double standard?
No, I can't, actually. And I'm with you, you know, like I have 3 kids myself, and they can't play sports. It's very important for kids' mental health. And here we are in Canada with Justin Trudeau as our Prime Minister and Doug Ford, who's supposed to be our Conservative provincial premier. We're from Ontario, obviously.
Yes.
And they're shutting kids out from the very most important thing that they need, which is exercise and support for their mental health. I don't understand it, David.
Although some politicians, what's his name again, Patrick Brown, they can sneak away and play hockey when you know, again, more hypocrisy. Sorry, sir, you were going to say?
I mean, I was going to say welcome to the corporate world. This is the way it is. You can go shop at Walmart or Costco and buy a big TV, but you can't go to Audio and Video 2001 in Toronto and buy a TV, right? So welcome to the corporate world. That's the way it is. They pay the big taxes and they have the big say.
Well, folks, how about this for a little bit of perverse irony? One of the entrances into the Bell Centre is this one here, VIP. That stands for very important person, AKA not me, not you. Typically, you know, the kind of people in government, the kind of people in the bureaucracy, the kind of people that told us, back at Christmas time to stay home. It was far too deadly to travel. And then we saw MPs and MPPs and MLAs bugger off to Hawaii and Las Vegas and the Caribbean. Yeah, those kind of very important people.
We're still going to be sitting with no one around us, wearing a mask. And so they still are like honoring the COVID precautions inside.
You know, and I don't doubt that, but can't you make the case that if you're in a small town arena, community center, you're at a far better advantage to maintain social distancing, hygiene, sanitation than a huge box like this?
Yeah, but a lot of the rules don't make sense. Like, we're allowed to go to the mall, but we're not allowed to have anybody in our backyard. So it is questionable.
Also, to let you know, is the filtration systems that they have in this building here tonight. The technology that they have is far above, and it's and this again, I'm in the medical field as well, so I am tuned into the filtration and everything, and I've studied that. So they are really well with education. You'll see that there's a lot of education on a lot of equipment investment has been done to purify air and try to minimize risk.
Okay, that's good to hear, sir. Right. A prediction?
4-3 Habs, Caulfield in overtime.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. But then again, are we seeing here another example of the one rule for thee, one rule for me play out? I mean, just check out who the owners of these hockey teams are. Well, you've got the Molson family in Montreal. In Toronto, you've got Larry Tannenbaum, and of course, Rogers and Bell Media. Yeah, the biggest players in the mainstream media who have been playing the COVID-19 stay at home, we're all in this together card. But it seems that when it comes to their top play toys, their pro hockey teams, the rules, well, they just don't apply anymore, do they? Is it one rule for thee, one rule for me?
Absolutely. I think it is. I think you're spot on. I think you've hit on a very critical point that seems to be lost on a lot of people. And it's disheartening, and it would be nice to see people just take a moment, relax, and take inventory of what's happened in the last year, and hopefully this will lead to a much more amicable future in the months to come.
And I know what you're saying. Hey, Menzoid, what about that curfew? Well, wouldn't you know it, Premier Francois Legault, he's a real team player too. Just yesterday, just in time for Game 6, he ended the curfew. So this game can go into triple overtime tonight, and Montrealers can party hardy well past midnight because suddenly, well, I guess the Wuhan virus, it's not a big deal anymore. No, not a big deal when the elites want to see a playoff hockey game.
So we're not allowed to be outside. We're not allowed to see my friends. And then one day, overnight, I'm allowed to go to a hockey game. I'm allowed to talk to my friend without a mask.
Do you think it was a coincidence that Premier Legault ended the curfew yesterday? Because maybe this game goes into overtime. He doesn't want his friends to get those tickets from the Montreal Police Service.
Honestly, that's a very good point. I never thought about that. That's no, that's really good.
And yet more hypocrisy, folks. 2,500 people here is no problem. But when we came to the city last month, having 17 people in a boat designed to sleep 21, that was a big problem. The Montreal Police Service tried to storm onto our rental property, and many of us got tickets. I got charged with a crime.
That's why we are here. Okay, you broke the rules, sanitary rules. There. What's your name again, sir?
David Menzies.
David Menzies.
Yes.
Give me your ID.
Okay. No. Well, I have to go to my car.
Oh, stay here. You stay here. You stay.
It's right there.
Okay, we're gonna go after. You stay here.
Okay, and my mask is there too.
Your mask is there too?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll comply.
Over there.
Pardon me?
On the boat. You broke the rule on the boat. You know that?
Because but I'm eating and drinking. How do I eat and drink with a mask on?
So you didn't eat. You didn't drink.
Sir, my coffee is right there. Come on. And it's funny too that the nickname of the Montreal Canadiens is the Habitants, Habs for short. And I think it's a fitting nickname given the ticket prices for this Game 6 here tonight, because there are the Habs and there are a heck of a lot more Hab-nots. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Well, folks, you probably heard the news by now. YouTube is undoubtedly coming to kill us. They have completely demonetized us. The other day, they gave us a strike for no good reason whatsoever. So please, we want you to stay in touch with Rebel News. Go to rebelnews.com. That's rebelnews.com. We need some of your personal information, such as your email or cell phone number. Trust me, we don't share that with anyone. But we want to remain relevant to you, and we can't depend on YouTube any longer.